Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LRSD TV. I am your host, Evan Samoylov, joined alongside my partner, Graham Forsyth. Tonight we have a very exciting broadcast as we're broadcasting the 2018 Senior Bowl featuring Team Steves and Team Hankowich.
The players featured in today's Senior Bowl are some of the best seniors across Manitoba. This game will honor their tremendous play and their skill set against some of the best. Team Steves has some really great players on the offensive side of the ball and defensively, but a player to watch is going to be Fort Francis running back Sakina Schiebler. Schiebler rushed for over 1,700 yards this season and had 14 touchdowns on the ground.
Team Hankowich is loaded with firepower on the back end. One standout is Garden City linebacker Tyrese Vixen Cox, who led the team with 42 tackles and 4 sacks throughout the season. He was one of the big contributors on the back end for such a successful Garden City team. Before we get into the game, we were able to catch up with some of the players before the match.
Talking, we might say, getting your name in this program is very, very hard to do. And through the years, we've listened to coaches and players really do a lot of back and forth with it. So, gentlemen, this is what you're playing for on Saturday. It's Jerry James is a very honored Bomber alumnus. He's in the Bomber Hall of Fame. I believe he's in the Football Manitoba Hall of Fame. And what Jerry contributed to the game was second to none in this province also. So this is what you're playing for.
I train every day. I go kickboxing and I work out and do my own stuff on the field. I think my team's going to perform very well. My team's very good. We've got a lot of good players around the city. I think we're going to win this game.
Training, lifting weights every day, speed training, just getting receiver drills in. I've been all about sports for my whole life, and I just feel like it's a big opportunity to show my athleticism and who I am.
How often I train? I probably train 5 days a week, multiple times a day between multiple sports. It's a good nod to be selected among some of the top players from all the WHSFL, and it's going to be really time to put on my skills and just see where I can.
Both teams look like they're ready to get going now, and it's going to be a very exciting game against two very good teams. We now throw it up to our broadcast booth as our play-by-play and color commentators are standing by. Brian Cameron and Greg Kiesman. Take it away, guys.
Well, welcome this afternoon to the LRSD TV's presentation of the 2018 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. My name is Brian Cameron, and I'm here with Greg Kiesman, and we're going to bring you this afternoon's action, a culmination of all these years of football for the grade 12 high school kids moving on and finishing high school, Greg. So we're looking forward to some good, exciting football this afternoon.
Yeah, we have a fantastic group of kids out here who are obviously nominated by their schools and coaches to participate in this all-star game. So it's a wonderful event for these kids. All right, so we're here today with Mike Steves, the son of Doug Steves, honorary coach of the Senior Bowl here at Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. Mike, could you take a couple minutes and just kind of highlight some of the achievements that your dad achieved while coaching out in Brandon?
His thing was he did it because he had fun, right? And the achievements that he had he always referred to himself as just a guy who hung around with really smart people who understood the sports and stuff. So he never took these achievements, but he was able to win many rural leagues with Neil and Spartans. He won the Winnipeg High School Championship with Crocus in '87. He started up all 3 programs. He coached at BU in their final few seasons in that time. So, his achievements were more that there was thousands of kids that were able to play a sport he really loved.
So this is maybe an obvious question for me, but given that this game is to honor your dad, what does this mean for you? As someone who grew up under his system, and for your dad too.
For him, he's happy to see kids playing the sport. Right? I know when youth football started up in Brandon, he just loved going and watch the games. He would when I was coaching, he would come out to our practices. When I went and played university ball, his great joy was to come and watch the practice and talk to the coaches and see me play. Just to see the sport and being loved by the kids that played. It's such a unique sport. It's such a team sport. Nothing else like it. And for him, that camaraderie of the players and the coaches, and it's just a unique bond. And for him, it was just a wonderful experience for him. And this would be great. It happens that my son gets to play in the game, and his grandson, and it's just a nice legacy for him to think that he's passed on a love for the sport.
All right, Mike, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Good luck in the game. So we're here with Rick Hankowicz, who is getting ready to coach his last game as he steps down as the chairperson of the Winnipeg High School Football League. So we're going to chat with him for a minute before he heads out to his first practice. So Rick, tell us what it means to you for as you wind everything down and you step down from some things for this to be your last kick at the can in terms of coaching.
Well, it'll be the end of 52 years. I guess that's the best way to word it. It'll be the end of 52 years as a player, as a coach, and as an administrator, and it'll be interesting. It's time to step away, but it'll be filling that void is going to be interesting. Okay. Being the commissioner is a 24/7 job. It really is. There's no downtime. Not for the last 6 years, not really being allowed to coach, and now being on here, at the Senior Bowl with the team that I've been honored to be selected as one of the nominees is phenomenal. That's just Garden City. I thank them for that honor and everything else, and Coach Wilkes there. Okay. So I'm pretty excited about all that.
It is got to be a great honor, because that's one of the things about the Senior Bowl that has been is that whoever coaches has been given that as an honor to show how much they've been appreciated in terms of their contributions to the game. So tell us a little bit more about what this really means to you.
It's almost surreal, because when I think about the coaches that we've honored, through our past, and I mean, I played for Frank Ryan at Sisler, and we played against Graham Kinley at St. John's. Those two guys, I mean, those are guys that are coaches of the decades. John Potter, who our elite division is named after. I mean, John Potter is an absolute legend. Bob Wilkes, again, another man who's an absolute legend. So inadvertently, I think I've been lumped into that group. And I certainly don't consider myself to be in the category of those guys, but it's an honor. It really, truly is an honor.
All right. Rick, I want to thank you for your time. I wish you luck on Saturday. We'll talk to you on Saturday also, but good luck to you, and I really wish you well in your last game and your last, the reins on your last game.
Yeah, I really do. Greg, thank you very much for everything.
Well, welcome back as we get ready for the kickoff of the 2018 Senior Bowl.
Yeah, they're not kicking off. They're just going to start right on the field here.
Oh, that's sorry, I wasn't expecting that. So it will be 1st and 10. It appears that Team Hankowicz has the ball to start with today.
No, actually, it's Team Steve's. Dark blue team is on offense, white team is on defense. So it looks like they're eliminating some of the special teams out of the game. It is an all-star game, so perhaps they don't have time to go through some of the special teams and get all that organized.
So we are starting off then with Team Steve's have the ball in 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And I do actually, and I apologize, we recall this from last year that they didn't run the special teams either. Looks back to pass. Nothing, nowhere looking, rolls out to his right. Throws the ball up and just over the head of his intended receiver. Number 5 from
looks like that pass was just a little bit over the head of the intended receiver. So in at quarterback right now is Daniels from Calvin. Looks like he's got some pretty good wheels to break away from the pressure there and roll out to his right.
Looking for his intended receiver, number 5, Nick Peters from St. Paul's. So it would be 2nd and 10. A lot of pressure on the play, but finds his open receiver. Cutting down to the side is O'Shea, who gets tackled on the play and gets about 12 yards on the play, 13 yards.
Nice tackle on the play by Tyler Koniak from Cicely High School. Looks like they came up with a 14-yard gain, so first down. That's a nice little start to the game for Team Steves.
So good read on the play by Daniels to find and come across the middle there for O'Shea to find some open space and come up with a big first down. First down of the game today.
Nice attempt for O'Shea to jump over the tackle there too.
Daniel hands off to him, cutting up to the middle. Flag on the play, but met up in the middle almost immediately. Looking to go up the middle was Peters again.
Looks like they're calling holding on Team Steves. That's a 10-yard penalty that they don't need right now. Of course, the players are trying to shake off a little bit of rust here, Brian. Of course, this is probably their first time that they've actually had full game action for a while. We know some of the players have signed on to go on to university or play in the junior league, so this is a great warm-up. They might have gone to a spring camp, but a lot of them probably haven't had a lot of chances to suit up and go full speed here.
And you got to know a number of these kids, this is their second kick at the can for them. So our last kick at the can is being 12. They may not be moving on to football after this. So, you know, they may want to, they really want to push it. So they've decided to decline the penalty. So it's 2nd and 11 after the loss. So Daniels will go to his left. Looks downfield, there's nothing there, but is tackled on the play eventually and tracked down by number 60.
Great pressure by Caden Taylor from Dryden on that. Limiting, nice 5-yard gain, making something out of nothing there, but it's going to force a turnover on possessions here.
And Caden came right up the middle there, right off to start with, and pursued him through the whole play, Greg. Like, he really made an effort to make sure that Daniels wasn't going to get anywhere.
Looks like they are punting the ball. Maybe they're just not going to do kickoffs this game.
So a high kick will come down at about the 30-yard line, picked up on the play. Tackle, a gain of about 5 yards. Tackled by number 2.
Bryce Marino from St. Paul's High School. Good coverage on the team by Steves. Looks like Team Hankwich is starting off at their own 35-yard line.
So from their first offense of the game.
So Brian and I had a chance to go and talk to some of the coaches earlier this week, and had a good chance to talk to Coach Hankwich and Coach Steves, and we'll talk a little bit about that in the next little timeout here.
So starting quarterback number 21 will look to his right.
Dayton Black is the quarterback, complete to Will Adams.
We heard an interesting conversation about him with Coach Hankwich, and this young man is going to be playing quarterback today, but is in fact going to be playing for the University of Saskatchewan next year and as a defensive end.
Yeah, apparently he's switching to the dark side of the football, playing a little bit of defense.
Gain of about 1 yard on the play, so 2nd, and you look back and he will throw the ball up and caught on the oh no, through his hands. I thought he managed to be able to pull it in, but
that might have been a little bit of a situation where the sun might have got into his eyes there.
Yeah, that's one advantage that I think you know, the team moving from our right to left is going to have right now.
So 2 and out for Team Hankwich, and we'll be watching to see who's lining up to do the punting here. Might be Black. Looks like O'Shea is back for Team Steves, and can't make out the other player's number.
So number 21, again, Dayton Black will be punting. Gets a good kickoff. Caught at about the 38-yard line by O'Shea, who will go to his right side, find a bit of space down the right side field, comes back inside, gets a couple more yards, but is eventually tackled at the 38-yard line. Oh, sorry, 43-yard line, pardon me.
So Brian, O'Shea is the son of Michael O'Shea, the head coach of the Bombers, who spent a number of years as the special teams coach in the CFL. A little bit of chip off the old block there with a good special teams return.
Absolutely. When we watched him, and we had the privilege of covering the high school football championships in the fall, and O'Shea had a fantastic game. He really shined, so it doesn't surprise me that he's coming out as an impact player right off the bat.
My understanding is he's off to Guelph next year for University U Sports.
So Daniels looks to his left, puts the ball up, but it's intercepted on the play. Flag down right away. The flag came down after the interception, so we'll see what the call is. Caught on the play by number 23.
Tyler Smith from Sisler. Flag down though. Not a great throw there, a little bit of coverage.
Yeah. Threw a bit of a floater there, gives the defender time to get underneath it. And it does not appear that the defense is staying on the field, so the interception should stand.
Looks like they're calling unnecessary roughness there, so the officials have called that. Unfortunately, they don't have a mic, so we don't have a number or anything, but that's a huge turnover. First turnover of the game, and big penalty, giving Team Hankwich good field position.
Again, Dayton Black continues at quarterback, and he's got backs to both his left and right side. Drops back and looks downfield and throws the ball up, but over the head of his intended receiver is number 14 from Grant Park, Jared Boone.
Nice coverage on the play by number 15 there for
number 15, Charles Gillen from St. Norbert on our numbers.
Yeah. Nice little coverage there. Not a bad throw, throw into the corner there for Black. Just a little bit over.
We're having a correction. 15 is not Charles Gilling. We'll get the correct one as soon as we can, folks. So throws back and complete to his receiver, number 12 from Neelan, John Seville.
Seville with the tap, with a nice catch.
Not enough for a first down. That would be a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
Looks like Team Hankwich is going to be punting up the ball here. As I was saying earlier, we know that Coach Steve's over on the other side is they're honoring Coach Steve and his, obviously his father, Doug Steves, who coached a number of years out in Brennan. Did a little bit of coaching with the university out there. Did some coaching at U of M, and obviously had a huge role to play in the development of high school football in Brandon, and we're told that we know that Doug Steves was quite a advocate of trick plays in football, so we're kind of anticipating maybe some trick plays going on for Coach Steves.
Yeah, in fact, we had a great conversation with Mike, and he talked to us about how his dad would talk to him about not, if he didn't run any, he would tell him that, you know, that's the big part of the game, you got to have it. So on the play, brought up and caught on the butt by number 15, Azid Dowd, who will come up to about the 40-yard line. Good tackle on the play.
Nice little shoulder by Tyler Smith from Sisler High School to bring him down. Yes, and Coach Hankwich has a long history in Winnipeg High School Football League as a player and coach, and obviously now as the Winnipeg High School Football League commissioner. We'll talk a little bit more about Rick during the day.
So Daniels takes over again, 1st and 10 from just inside his 40-yard line. Pressure on the play and tackled and brought down and sacked on the play by number 25.
Looks looks like it's 25 from...
Yeah, they're calling 26, but I think it was 25.
Vinner Cox. Nice little job there on the sack. Good coverage by the by Team Hankwich with the DBs having covered all the receivers and quarterback had to eat the ball there. Looks like it's about 2nd and 13.
Anticipate that Daniel's going to be looking to pass on this play. Goes back to the shotgun. No room in there, and then brought down on the play by number 34. And number 34 and 25 bring him down. Great coverage on the play. So the 2 sacks in a row. So I got Chris Wushenza.
And again, number 25, Vinner Cox, share that sack. Nice little job there.
Good pressure.
Real hard off the edge there. It was good to see good pressure up front. O-line has to step up for Team Steves here.
Well, one thing's for sure, they've set a tone with 8-10 left in the first quarter for the rest of this game that these guys are going to be coming. As a result, Team Steves will punt. High punt in the air, comes down at about the 45-yard line. Field on the play by number 1 from Sisler.
Tyler Koniak.
And we saw lots of Tyler Koniak this year, Greg. In a couple of games we got an opportunity to watch him play, and he's quite the athlete.
Yeah, he's a fantastic athlete, quarterback who has that run option or throw option, reads the defense real well. Sisler had a really good year this year. They made it down to the semifinals. So good to see Black and Red doing well.
So Team Hankwich will take over from 1st and 10 from Team Steve's 35-yard line. Dayton Black in the shotgun. And he's looking to pass. Puts it up downfield and met at the same time in the play. His intended receiver, number 11 from Sisler.
Drayton Vieira. Vieiras have had, there's been a few Vieiras going through the Sisler program.
Another Sisler player, Greg.
Yep. Spent a little time coaching there, Brian.
I know you did. So 2nd and 10.
Nicely thrown ball by Black. I just a little bit of the reach of the outstretched receiver's hands.
Good timing by the defense too. That would have been a tough catch to make regardless. So Black will hand off this time, and going right up the middle is number 5. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Cody Gushlik.
And we saw him a few times this year, Cody Gushlik.
Yeah, Grant Park also had a very good year. They had a dynamic set of running backs out of the Pirates program there.
So they are going to go for it, 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line of Team Steves. Black is back in the shotgun again. And he will look downfield. Tipped up on the play by, defended well on the play by number 15. Knocked
Charles Gillen from St. Norbert with a nice tip on that pass. So it looks like there's going to be a turnover and downs. So the nice thing about a game like this, Brian, is that you do get University of Manitoba or any other universities coming out and watching a little bit of the game. Earlier this week, we did see the Rifles head coach, who's also coaching. So there's an opportunity for the players to come out and show what they got to the next level programs.
And if they haven't been picked up by anybody, here's one last chance for some of them to maybe take a look. So Daniels will roll to his left side, finds a bit of room, gets the first down and more, gets up to about the 45-yard line. They're going to actually give him the 45-yard line. So 15-yard run by Daniels. Good read and good roll to his left.
Yeah, good read on the option there. He obviously had his running back he could have pitched out to, but he saw an opening there and he took it. Good job.
So no score yet with 5:29 left in the first quarter. Daniels in the shotgun will hand off this time. hangs on to it, but his tackle and found on the play right away by number 50, pardon me, 60.
Caden Taylor from Dryden on that tackle. We've actually mentioned his name before.
Yeah, that's the second time.
Yeah, so he's having a good first quarter.
So after that big gain, loss of 4 on the play. Rolls back and he's going to get some pressure again right away. And they're coming looking for him. A fumble on the play. Recovered by Daniels himself, but another big loss. And
looks like a loss of about 5 yards here, so it's going to push them in a situation where it's third and 20. So it looks like Team Steves will be punting. Team Hankwich should get some good field position out of this.
So Braden Smith will be punting the ball. Ball's up. Oh, a bit in the dirt, but he recovers well. Good punt. Will come down at about 45-yard line. Picked up on the play by number 24 from Team Hankwich. Will get about 5 yards back up to about the 50-yard line.
Looks like Jordan Chisda from Grant Park.
Tackled on the play by number 29 from Dryden, Jarrett Hicks.
So during the course of the game, there'll be players coming in and out and stuff like that. So it looks like Black is still in at quarterback. Probably gets at least a quarter here to show the other team what he's got.
Might be interesting to see if we see him at some defensive end today, Greg.
Why not?
So he will hand off. Oh no, play option. Cat on the play. Oh, no, incomplete. Intended for number 14 from Team Hankwich. That would be Jared Boone.
Charles Gillen, number 15 from St. Norbert, had a number 15 for Coach Steves. Looks like he had a hand on that and he almost ripped it out. Another good play by Gillen on that.
I have a feeling that may not be Charles Gillen, Greg.
Number 15. Okay.
So handoff of the play this time, number 5, but he will be caught right away. Might get back to the line of scrimmage. So we're going to try and figure out who number 15 from Team Steves is, but I don't believe it's Charles Gillen. So that brings up 3rd down. So with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter, still no score in the 2018 Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. We are looking for our first score today. Been some ball movement, but teams have covered each other quite well. We've seen most of the stuff has been about the middle of the field, Greg.
Yeah, obviously the quarterbacks are coming out and wanting to air it out, and it's a beautiful day. There's plus 25, very little wind, so why not throw it out there? And sometimes within this situation, there's a little bit of timing issues with quarterback and receiver, and not sure where their intended patterns are going to be taking them. So a little bit of miscommunication out on the field.
Black is back to punt. Kicks it, but a high kick in the air. It's going to be called dead right away, so it'll come down at about the 43, 44-yard line, and that's where Team Steves will take over.
Looks like Black had his 9-iron out on that one.
Yeah, she sure did.
Got a lot of height. So Team Steves takes over at about the 46-yard line. What a beautiful day for football out here.
Daniels rolls out, ball's handed off, picked up on his run on the play. Gets about 2 yards, and we're just getting a number.
Tackle on the play by DuPont out of, DuPont out of Oak Park, number 64. I didn't catch the ball carrier though. Looks like it's about 2nd and 8 here, maybe 2nd and along 7.
Daniel's looking to pass and still coming at him with that pressure. They're getting to him and he's got nothing. Again, another loss of about 3-4 yards, and the Team Henkiewicz defensive line is really having their way with Team Steve's offensive line, Greg.
Yeah, DuPont looks like he the first guy hit the quarterback. So I don't know if they've had a chance to practice this, but when a team's got a good pressure like that, they want to run a screen pass or something along those lines just to get that ball out of the quarterback's hands.
And that's one of the first plays they did with O'Shea, which worked really well. Haven't seen it since. So again, Braden Smith punts the ball, comes down at about the 40-yard line. Caught on the play, picked up on the play by number 24 from Grant Park, Jordan Chisda.
Looks like there's a little bit of trick play going on there. It looks like they might have been doing a reverse there, but they dropped the ball on that one. So it looks like Team Henkiewicz might be trying a little bit of trick play here before Team Steve's. I wonder if they had a bet who's going to run the first trick play.
So from their own 44-yard line, Team Henkiewicz takes over and Black is back in the shotgun. And he will look to pass, and this time they get to him, and he will be brought down on the play by number 64 and 62 from Team Steve's.
Hoetker from Steinbach, number 64, got good pressure. I'm just impressed that they're able to bring down Black.
Yeah, and Lumsden's from Sturgeon, along with, as I said, Petker from Steinbach.
When we were at practice the other day and Black was walking by, I was like, holy moly, he's a big dude.
That's a big man. So with under 30 seconds to go, still no score in the 2018 Senior Bowl. We are looking to see if something can happen here. Black is back, and he's hit just as he puts the ball up in the air, but over the head of the intended receiver, number 12.
John Still from Vincent Massey, Winnipeg, was the intended receiver. Good coverage on a play by Marino from St. Paul's. I think those two probably crossed paths throughout their entire high school career with the big rivalry between Vincent Massey, Winnipeg, and St. Paul's.
Yeah, Black can throw the ball. He's had a couple of good ones. He just throwing it over just over top of his receivers' heads. If he can get a couple of those going, those will be big. Okay.
Nice, much
punt on the play by Black is fielded by O'Shea, who will drop it but pick it up right away, number 4, and try to make something happen to his left. Tackled on the play by number 32 from Team Henkiewicz, who is from St. John's, Chris Mushenza. Peyton Pepin.
Well, end of the first quarter, we're scoreless here, Brian.
So they will switch hides. We have a bit of a highlight package we're going to show to you. So we've had we're sort of waiting to see something can happen here, Greg, and at the Senior Bowl today, there's been some ball movement, some of it based upon a couple of missed tackles and things, but some things could happen if Black could get one of those long passes down, then he could really stretch something out here.
Yeah, there's really some nice throws and stuff like that. Just like I said earlier, just a little bit of the timing is off, and if they were able to connect, we'll certainly see some scores here.
So we have a new quarterback in for Team Steve's, and he will look to throw right away.
Intended for, looks like Nick Conway from Dakota.
That's what I thought. There's Charles Gillen. That's Charles Gillen. So we had a number change I don't think we were told about, Greg.
Okay.
So Charles Gillen was the intended receiver on that one. Marino steps back, and he's got pressure right away, and he will be hit hard. Number 61 from Team Hankwich will hit him hard right away from Grant Park.
Tyson Spence.
Looks
like Liam Pendergast is in quarterback for Team Steves, number 4 from Sturgeon Heights. Well, we've seen certainly a lot of great defensive play so far. Great pressure from the D-lines, coming up and making some great sacks.
Ball's up and punts away, and good punt to his right side and fielded on the play by number 1 looks like from Sisler. And he will get up to about the 50, but it is pushed back right away. So Tyler Koniak tackled on the play by number 27 from Daniel Mack, Matt Moretti.
Could have almost said half the team out there right now with that tackle. There's a lot of them involved. We'll see if there's any quarterback change for Team Hankwich here. Looks like number 10 from Oak Park, Charlie Ringland is in for Team Hankwich.
We get run play, run up the middle, number 5 from Team Hankwich, and that would be Cody Gushlak. Tackled on the play by number 58.
Gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on that play.
So second and 5 on the scoreboard, but appears only about 3 or 4 yard gain for us. Looks downfield, nothing there, finds some room, flag down on the play. He will roll to his right side and eventually brought down at about the 52-yard line. Will be short of the first down. I have a feeling from what I saw, it might be an offside call, Greg.
Yeah, it looks like they're calling Team Hankwich on offside or procedure. So he's pretty close to the first down marker here. Might be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short.
But I think that's coming back anyway.
Yeah. So 5-yard penalty, taking it back to second and about 11 yards.
A little different from when we were here in the fall, Greg.
Well, last
championship game.
What was it? Beginning of November, we were here for all 4 of the championship games, and had to be about minus 20 degrees. So.
With the wind chill, it was below that, and a little more comfortable today. So that will be second and about 12. Roll back and he will find nothing. So he will roll to his own left side, and he's going to go in, goes outside just about the first, right at the first down yard line. Good run by number 10, Charlie Ringland.
Yeah, nice little job. Just to get to find that first down marker and get to it and convert the first down. You know, we've seen a lot of big passes, and sometimes the small little things are a little bit more successful in a game like this. A little bit of quarterback rolling and using the legs to get something positive.
So first and 10 from about the 44-yard line. Ringland hands off to the end, going up into the middle is number 5, Cody Gushlak. See, heard his name a few times today.
Well, 4 or 5 Team Steve members in on the tackle there. So of course, Brian, there's about a week into Bomber training camp as well. So it's we're up here in the press box, and kind of interesting to see all the Bombers walking around in up here in the stadium and
coaches
like
and
that.
Staff. Yeah. So 2nd and 7. Ringland will look out to his right side, and through the hand of his intended receiver was Cody Gushlak.
Didn't look like Ringland was set up there just yet. Maybe rushed that throw. Didn't have his feet pointing in the right direction there. So with it being 3rd and about 7 here, not a bad spot to maybe go for it.
And it looks like that's what they're going to do. So from the 41-yard line of Team Steves, 3rd and 7.
Might have a little bit of run pass option here.
Ringland rolls out, looks to his right side, nothing there, and is immediately hit and brought down by number 53 from Team Steves. We think that is Riley Turner.
Boy, the O-lines just are not giving the quarterbacks a lot of time to throw here.
Yeah, the D, if anything that we've seen so far, the D lines are really coming up big today.
So again, we last series we had Liam Pendergast in from Sturgeon Heights in at quarterback. I remember we covered the Dakota Sturgeon Heights game at Dakota Collegiate last fall, and I was fairly impressed with Pendergast at that game. Pretty dynamic athlete.
And it does appear that he continues in the game. Not sure what the delay is right now.
I think the referees need some water. It's hot out here. In talking with Coach Henkwich, he talked very, very positively about his experiences as commissioner and coach and obviously player in the Winnipeg High School Football League. So it's quite an honor for these players to play in this league.
Handoff looking rolls to the right side, but met on the play right away by number 23 from Team Henkwich.
That'd be Tyler Smith from Sisler. Nice job coming up and filling in and making a tackle on that one to limit the game.
Appears maybe not even quite to the line of scrimmage. Might even be about it's about a yard loss on the play actually. So 2nd and 11. And Prendergast is looking to make up for 11 yards here.
Wing, split!
And I think we're going to have an offside call. Dropped into the play by Prendergast, but I don't know if it's going to go for anything. I think he throws the ball away, Greg.
Yeah, not a bad play to just throw it away. Obviously, they're going to be penalized for the receiver jumping offside. So looks like they'll get a 2nd and 15 here or 16 and do it over again.
So offside might be number 14 from Steinbach, Shakoy Salan. And the refs are still discussing right now. Offside and the penalty is declined. So that will make it 3rd down and 11 for Team Steves.
So with about 10 minutes left in the second quarter here, we are still scoreless.
Punted on the play this time by number 7 from Team Steves, from Miles Mack, Luke McMillan. Tackled on the play by number 30 from St. Paul's,
Quinn Mulligan. That was a great tackle, by the way. So, Brian, we're joined up here in the booth with John Reyes. He's the MLA for St. Norbert. John, welcome to the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. I know that you've probably been involved in this for quite some time, either as a sponsor or as a referee, because I know that you've done a lot of Winnipeg High School Football League and CFL games and college games and stuff like that. So I see you're wearing your St. Norbert jersey here proudly, representing St. Norbert. I know that you've also had a little bit of experience with Sisler, being a former or alumni at Sisler High School. Do you want to just talk a little bit about what this means for these players to be out here and playing, and especially for the officials?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for the players and the officials to participate in today's contest. It brings the best of the best from our province. For me personally, I mean, I'm donning the colors of the St. Norbert Celtics today, and I'm very proud that we have Charles Gillum, number 23. They started off at 0-3 last year in high school, and they finished 5-3, and they went all the way to the high school final. Very proud of him. Very proud of their team. Very proud of him because he's actually he signed on to play for Waterloo after this graduating season. So very proud of Charles.
I'm going to jump in here for a second, guys. Quite an exciting play. Run on the play by number 10, cut inside and finding some room up the middle. Number 10, Charlie Ringland finds a gap or a seam up the left-hand side and actually runs the ball all the way down to, they're giving him down to about the 14-yard line. Sorry to cut you off there. What a great play.
So, first of all, I just want to say LRSDTV has been doing a tremendous job, not only promoting the game of football through commentating and through their live stream, but I also get the opportunity to watch. I watch my daughter's basketball games as well when she was participating in tournaments. So I appreciate the work that you do and the crew behind the scenes. There's a bright future in terms, I guess, commentating and people that work in that field here in Manitoba.
Well, thank you, John. There's a lot of great work happening at Riel Arts and Technology, where Mr. Cameron's the principal and Ken Plate is the teacher, and obviously the students out here working very hard on a Saturday, making sure the broadcast works seamlessly. So thank you so much for that.
And I guess on that note, I'm just going to jump in and thank Winnipeg High School Football for allowing us to be part of this, because we have a lot of fun being part of this and watching the kids play and learning, seeing something outside of my building, which is always a very interesting thing for us, and the exciting part to be connected outside to the other schools and what's going on athletic-wise. So we do appreciate being connected. So,
John, are you still involved in officiating or any capacity like that?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that question, Greg, because this year I was actually thinking of hanging it up, but I was talking to my wife and my kids, and they told me, Dad, you have to do something outside of work. And plus, I also have to get in shape too and still be physically active, because all those chicken dinners we go out as politicians and me as a military envoy as well. So I am still going to don the black and white and whatever time that I have, so I can contribute to the game, because I have a lot of passion for the game of football. It's the ultimate team sport, and as official, we're the third team out there. And again, I wish all the players and coaches best of luck today.
So, John, some of these kids are probably in their last high school game. If a student or kid wants to get involved in reffing, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, the way I got involved was basically I was approached by somebody, at an event that I was at, and now you can go on the website. Before the website was as an active, say like 10-15 years ago when I joined, but mfoa.mb.ca. That's the Manitoba Football Official Association, and if you have the urge to stay involved with the game of football even after your playing days, go to mfoa.mb.ca, and maybe you could even go all the way to the CFL like a lot of our officials have.
So I'm just going to jump in here for a second, guys. We do have a 3rd and 3 on the, looks like about the 7-yard line, and Hankowicz is going to go for it. So hands off, looks inside, nothing there, so rolls out to his right, and he will be met on the play, and actually a big loss. Tackled on the play by number 58 from Team Steves.
Devin Turner from St. Paul's.
So sorry for jumping in there, cutting you off, John, but we had what would look like maybe our first opportunity for a score, but snuffed out right away by Team Steves. So We were hoping it's still 6:24 left in the first half and no score in the Senior Bowl for 2018. So hoping to, maybe we might have had something there. But good defensive play by Team Steves, and they will take the ball over on downs at about their own 15-yard line.
It looks like the defense has certainly come out to play today.
So Peters the ball here, looks up the middle, and there isn't much room. Tackled on the play, looks like by number 54 from Team Steves. 64, pardon me. Gain of about 2.5, so they will take over or continue the ball on about their 18-yard line. 5:43 left in the first half, and we are still looking for our first score. Pendergrass back in the shotgun. He will hand off and roll to his left side is number 5. Finds a bit of a room, but will have tackle and flag on the play. Run on the play by Nick Peters. So we're waiting for the call from the referees here. But flag on the play. It looks like it's going to go against Team Hankwich from what we can see from here. Oh. So it's 5:20 left in the second quarter. Loss on the play on the last one. So 2nd and 9. Sorry, pardon me. 2nd and 16. Prendergast looking to at a big hole in his own end zone. Or sorry, from his own end, just outside of his own end, to try and make up and keep the ball rolling. Jump, and he will roll to his left side and throw the ball up. Caught on the play and pushed out of the bound. Nice catch by number 31.
Eric Adams.
Eric Adams from Steinbach. What a great catch, and that should be, it's close to a first down. Just short, about a yard short, Greg.
Tough decision here because you're only on your about 25-yard line to go for it. Looks like they're going to go, though.
They're going to go for it.
I know from this year we watched Steinbach play, and they're pretty dynamic offense.
Yeah. Great throw by Prendergast, who lines up under center, and he will push up the middle, although it's a tough push. I'm not sure if he got the first down, Greg.
It looks like number 25. 25 with a great stick there. Vinner Cox. Nice play. You know, Brian, that's just, again, those are typical plays that you see in October and November where pretty hard for a defense to stop that 1-yard gain. But with it being an all-star, I guess there's a little bit of timing issues and stuff like that. So big turnover here because now Team Hankwich has great field position.
Just question, Greg, as a former coach, would you have pitched the ball outside in this case? Like, we're seeing a lot of pressure coming right up the middle from both sides of the both defenses today. Would you have done something different?
You know, Brian, that should be 99% of the time you should be able to get that first down. I think it's just, you know, maybe a guard step or didn't step with the right foot and allowed some upfield penetration. It's the right call. It's just, you know, not executed properly.
Great push by Vinner Cox to stop that play and to get the ball back to Team Hankwich on downs. Rolls to his right side. Up in the and through the hands of his intended receiver.
25, nice attempt. 22, Belisario. Nice ball by Ringland there. 2nd and 10 here for Team Hankwich. Boy, I'm sure impressed with the size of some of these kids out here. There's some big boys out here who know how to play football.
So Ringland lines up the shotgun, rolls to his right, finds some room, caught on the play, and will continue to push down. Gets down to about the 14-yard line, but that will, I don't believe, will be enough for a first down. It will be close.
Well, they went for it before, so
they're giving him down to about the 13-yard line, Greg. So it's going to be very close to a first down.
Knowing Coach Hankwich, he's going to want to put up a 7, not a 3. In fact, I don't even know if they have a field goal kicker, Brad.
So they're asking for a measurement, so they're going to bring the sticks across from the other side of the field.
Well, 3 minutes left in the quarter here, Brian, and they can, if Team Hankwich scores a touchdown here, they'll certainly take control of this game.
Well, given that we haven't got a score with 3 minutes left in the first half, and we've seen great defense, a bit of ball movement, but you know the defenses have come up to stop any kind of continuation or get any real flow from going from any of the offenses today, Greg. So they're going to call third down. Looks like it's just short of the third down marker.
So a little bit of history here with the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. For a number of years back in the late 80s, early 90s, the Bombers had hosted a similar all-star game. And then it kind of went away for a little while. And then I know James Murphy, a former Bomber, kind of was involved with some coaching in football, and he thought that would be a great idea for there to be an all-star game. And
get it back going again.
And then the Senior Bowl was born.
So on short yardage, Team Hankwich will line up. It looks like they have Black back in at quarterback.
Empty backfield, so it's probably just going to be a QB keeper.
Black will take the ball and push to his left side. Should have the first down. Looks like he's come down at about the 10-yard line. So the first down for Team Hankwich, and they are looking for our first score of the game today. So speaking of that also, I need to recognize the Winnipeg Blue Bombers who generously donated the stadium today for the high school senior bowl. Given that, and actually also underwrote the cost of the jerseys for the kids to play in today. So thank you to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers for continuing to support Winnipeg High School Football League football.
Yeah, they donated part of the cost of the jersey and obviously the stadium and access to the stadium. So greatly appreciate it. I know they're in the middle of training camp, so it's a little bit of a distraction for them, but greatly appreciate it.
So Prendergast rolls out to his right. Oh, sorry, Ringland rolls out, pushes outside for the touchdown. Good job, Ringland.
With 2:23 left in the quarter, touchdown for Team Hankwich. Smart call there. Probably had the option to throw the ball, but smart guy, grade 12 quarterback. He's going to keep it and saw the light, and he ran to the corner there.
Had some blocking in place to make sure he had a bit of room and made use of it.
As you said, Brian, teams are bringing a lot of heat up the middle, so you might want to challenge those outsides and see if you can turn the corner and make something happen here.
So it took almost 30 minutes, but we have our first score. Touchdown for Team Hankwich, who will go up 6-0 with 2:23 left in the first half. So he's going to go for a 2-point convert and throws it up, and it looks like it was actually intercepted on the play.
Calling it incomplete here. So 6-0 for Team Hankwich.
Intended receiver on the play was number 22 from Vincent Massey, Dante Belisario.
So as mentioning before, the Senior Bowl, it started off with various formats, but today what the kids are really playing for here is the Jerry James Trophy. Jerry James, former Bomber. So there's been a rich history of a lot of great kids who've come through this program, through the Winnipeg High School Football League, who are now playing in the CFL. So it's a great stepping stone and final kind of diamond in their crown for their high school careers here.
So no special play on this one. We will take the Team Steves will take over from their own 35-yard line. Looks inside to his intended receiver. Intended receiver was number 14, Salent. Just over top of his head out reach, but if he had caught that, he might have had some daylight.
But you know what? 24, Jordan Chisda from Grant Park would have for sure made the tackle there. Nice ball by Pendergrass, though.
So 2nd and 10 for Team Steves. And they're hoping to answer almost right away.
Still lots of time left in the quarter to score here.
Pendergrass continues in the shotgun. We'll look to, and he looks this time to his right side. Throws the ball up to Gillen and just through the hands. Flag on the play.
Late flag thrown by the backfield ref here. Could be calling either illegal contact or interference here.
Number 23, Charles Gillen was the intended target.
So we're hearing the call yet, but it's clearly against Team Hankowicz. So that will keep the ball moving for Team Steves with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half, down 6-0. So continuing from their own 50-yard line.
So some great battles going on between the O-line and D-line here.
Prendergast in the shotgun with 2 backs. And he will hand off, and inside goes number 30, but he's met right away by number 60.
Caden Taylor from Dryden. Nice little tackle on that. Gain of maybe an inch or 2. Second and 10. Call it 2nd and 10. You know, it's one of those situations, Brian, where with the amount of passing in this game, a little bit of an advantage to the D-line because they could just pin their air back and rush the quarterback.
And Hankowicz's team, defensive line, has been getting good pressure on Steves all game.
Been watching. It seems like they're bringing at least one linebacker on every play here.
So Prendergast will find it. And a wide open receiver is number 14, Salent from Steinbach. Great catch and great play by Prendergast. Great throw. So, that will keep the ball moving for Steves. Steves, pardon me, and get it up to about the 43-yard line of Team Hankowicz, Greg.
Nice little 16-yard gain there. It was a beautiful play. Team Hankowicz is sitting back in cover 3, and Salent just found that little weak spot in between the two zone players and sat down, and Pendergrass completed it to him. Nice pass and catch.
It might be some of the momentum that Team Steves needs to get a score before the half is over. Prendergast continues in the shotgun. This time we'll hand off inside but caught for actually about a yard and a half loss by number 5, again Peters.
So there's 1:34 left in the quarter here, still lots of time. 2nd and about 12 yards here.
We got a timeout.
Timeout for Team Steves here. So I'm wondering, Brian, if we're going to see a trick play here. I keep talking about it, but it hasn't happened yet.
Well, given the discussion we had with Mike the other night, I gotta believe we're going to see at least a couple today.
So I'm just watching on the field here. Coach Contafio from St. Paul's talking to the DBs for Team Hankwich and going over where and how to drop and who's responsible and stuff like that. So it's a great thing about coaches out here, Brian, is they're all great teachers. These coaches have spent a number of years, most of their lives, either playing or coaching, and they love sharing information and making sure kids learn. It's a great thing to see out here.
And I got to tell you, Greg, the coaches that we've talked to you over the last few days, it's clear that it's about the kids and the connection that they have with the kids that really keeps them going, and how football has been that sort of the thing that pulls them all together. And you know, the excitement, the passion for it, it just comes through every time we have one of those conversations. It's just excellent to be part of. So coming out and getting ready now, 2nd and 12 from the Team Hankwich, just inside the 45-yard line. Prendergast continues in the shotgun. Looks back and he will look again to Salant, who this time does pull it down again. Gets down to the 29-yard line, and that will keep the ball moving for Team Steves. About a 14-yard gain.
Same play we just saw 2 plays ago with that other 16-yard gain. So
it's gonna hurt. They're going to give it to you. You might as well use it.
Yeah. So the next play, hitch. Basically, he's running a 10-yard hook or hitch. So next play could be a hitch and go.
Just over 1 minute left. Still lots of time for Team Steves to get on the board before the half is over. Prendergast continues in the shotgun with 2 backs. This time he will go to his right side and open on the looking for his intended receiver was number 31 from Steinbach, also Eric Adams.
It was a nice throw by Prendergast, had a lot of velocity on it. Might have just let him a little bit more and taken a little bit less off the ball.
So 2nd and 10. 1:03 left in the half.
One of the things we haven't seen Prendergast do is roll. So maybe on this play we could see him break contain and have the option to pass or run.
And this time he'll throw a quick throw to the inside. Oh, intended receiver was number 1, Braden Smith.
Looks like they're going to go for it here, Brian, which makes sense. Oh, pardon me. Looks like they are changing up some players here.
So it appears that just to make sure they get on the board before the half is over, they're going to go for a field goal. It's interesting.
Yeah, so what they're going to do is they're just going to allow them, there's going to be no rush here. They're just going to allow them to line up and kick it rather than risk injury or any of those kind of things.
Yeah, one of those things about the Senior Bowl, one of those unique parts of the Senior Bowl is that the Team Hankwich defense will come off the field and it will just be basically a free shot at it. So the kick is up by number 31 and just short. It looks like he had the line because it hit the center of the goalpost, but number 31 on our list, Eric Adams.
It was a nice kick. It just needed a little bit more leg to it.
So
it's also a little bit tough here because you're the focus of all the fans here too.
Team Hankwich will take over on downs, then still up 6-0 with 53 seconds left in the first half. Just so we know, fans, we're going to go to a highlight package just before we step away for the half. We invite you to stay with us for that.
So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for Team Hankwich. Well, Charlie Ringland has certainly moved the ball for Team Hankwich here, so used his legs and his arms very effectively.
he continues in the shotgun with one back. He's got 4 receivers to his left side. We definitely have somebody offside on that play.
Looks like the wide receiver at the top of the screen there is offside.
Number 2, Will Adams from Neelan.
And the indication from the head referee is that is the case. 5 yards are charged against Team Hankwich.
So that would make it 1st and 15 now. Cuts a middle, picked up on the ball by number 5. Taken on the play by number 5, Gushluk again. Tackled on the play by number 58 from St. Paul's, Devin Turner.
Looks like Team Steve's called timeout here. Trying to save some time on the clock here.
Maybe get one more shot at the end zone before the half is over.
So 2nd down, 14 here.
So I invite you to stay with us at the end of the half. We're going to have some highlights from the first half that we're going to play for you, and then we'll head into our break. Break will be 15 minutes. And then we'll be back for the second half of the Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. And we all, again, thank you for joining us today. We are going to try to get an interview with Coach Steves before the half is finished. So we'll be running a few highlights and then an interview with Coach Steves, so stay with us. Hand off to again, looks inside, taken by number 5, who will try to find some room as he runs out to the outside, but tackled on the play, met quite well by number 15.
Charles Gillen. It says Charles Gillen on our rosters here, but we know it's not Charles.
So clearly both of us, us and the announcer from the stadium, have the same score sheet. So we'll have to figure out who number 15 is from Team Steves, because it's not Charles Gillen, we know that. We can even see that it appears to be trying to make out the helmet.
Would that be a Dakota helmet? Hard to tell from our vantage point.
That's right.
So here we go, 3rd down and punt. 35 seconds left. They're going to try to kill as much clock here before they snap the ball. Might even take a delay of game here.
Black's back to kick the ball. It's a bit of a low kick, and it will run outside at about looks like about the 51.5-yard line.
Didn't exactly probably want to put it out of bounds, but that's all right. 17 seconds left.
Gives Team Steves 17 seconds to get on the board before the half is over.
So Salant and Pendergrass had a couple nice passes earlier, so I wonder if they're going to try to go back to that connection again.
That combination that's working, yeah. Saw a flag on the play. Is, I think, intended receiver is number 23, Charles Gillen from St. Norbert Collegiate. Flag on the play. I think we may have an offside from Team Hankwich. He's tried to go to Charles Gillen a couple times this game and just not quite there on the timing, Greg.
Yeah, and I think Gillen heard some footsteps from Cognac from Sisler coming across. Kind of held up there a little bit because big hit coming.
We're still waiting for the call on the penalty. It does appear to be against Team Hankwich.
Yeah, offside.
Well, that's more than an offside penalty, Greg.
There is rough play or face mask, one of the two calls there. So Team Steves has the ball at the 33-yard line here. 12 seconds left.
12 seconds left in the first half. This, the way that Prendergast has been throwing the ball, this is easily reachable for him. So we'll see if he can put it in the end zone before the game's half's over. Pardon me. And he throws down in the middle and complete to the play, just short. Caught by number 16 White out about the 1 or 2 yard line. They're going to give him about the 1.5 yard line.
Sam Steves from Vincent Massey Brandon with a great catch. Tackled by Koniak from Sisler. So first down at about 1.5 yards with 6 seconds left here.
So not much time. If they can get it off and go quick, they might be able to get 2 plays here, but they need to go.
Great read by Pendergrass.
Oh no, this will be the last play of the game, of the half, pardon me. And we have seen Team Henkowicz come up big on the defensive line, so this will be a very, very difficult punch, and if that's the choice they make. But Prendergast looks like he's looking to pass, but hands it off and going to the left side and pushing it in for the touchdown is number 35.
From Fort Francis,
Sakina Scheubler. That ties up the game 6-all at the half, and we still have the point after, so Team Steves may actually go ahead. So 2 big penalties really cost Team Henkowicz here, Greg.
Yeah, that gave the a huge amount of yardage for Team Steves to move up and get within scoring distance. So we're going to go for 2 here.
Is this another Senior Bowl? Like they're not going for the point after, Greg? It's 2 points?
Yeah, maybe.
So hands off, pitches it out to going to his left side and looking for some room, but tackled on the play from behind is by number 15. So the score will remain tied.
So nice play by Team Henkowicz defense to shut down that option pitch play.
So we end the first half, scored tied 6-all between Team Steves and Team Henkowicz. We're going to go to a highlight package now. We're hoping to catch Team Steves head coach Mike Steves before the half. So stay with us, and we hope you've enjoyed the half of football so far.
Field as it is tied after the first half 6-6. Coach, how does it feel playing in your last game, coaching in your last game here at Investor Group Field?
Well, last time we were here was a playoff game and it was -20, so it's a much nicer day today. And it's exciting to see these guys who, all of them are playing in their last high school game and had this opportunity to play on this field in this environment, so it's very exciting.
How is this different than coaching your regular season team when you're coaching a bunch of guys that have never played together all season before?
It's unique experience. You get to meet some guys that you haven't seen before, and it's just a good opportunity to learn from other coaches for me.
Last question before you go here. You guys did just tie it up before the end of the half. Is the game plan going to change going into the second half?
No, for these guys, it's just get these guys some exposure, give them some opportunities, and have a lot of fun playing this great sport.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. That was Coach Steves of Team Steves here at the Senior Bowl here at Investors Group Field. Coming up now, we got some commercials showcasing the program at ATC here.
Welcome to ATC's broadcast media program. The main lab has 24 high-end Dell PCs with i7 processors. Each station is equipped with a 4K ultra-high-definition monitor and the full Adobe Creative Suite. Next door is our radio station, LRSD Radio. The room is divided into two main areas. The on-air section, equipped with professional radio gear, including the DJB on-air radio software. The second part of the room is dedicated to voice tracking and programming of the radio shows. Next, we find the broadcast studio. The room is equipped with 2 green screens, full LED lighting, plus a variety of professional cameras and microphones. Next to this room is the control room. Here the students will direct, switch, implement graphics for the shows, and prepare for real-life broadcasting scenarios by creating productions. The room includes a NewTek TriCaster switcher, professional digital audio board, intercom system, graphics station, and video playback system. All of this equipment will be used by the students for live off-campus broadcast coverage, where they will acquire a real-life working experience.
Do you want a rewarding career where the work is varied and there's never a dull moment? Imagine yourself using the latest diagnostic scan tools, repair computer software, and the newest tools and equipment while learning to diagnose and repair vehicles. ATC's Automotive Technology program is your first step.
At ATC learn the various systems on a vehicle. They learn the fundamentals of braking systems, steering and suspension, drive lines, and we do that in theory in a classroom. We do that in a lab, which is a more controlled environment where we can apply some of those concepts, and then in a live shop environment. ATC has a fully equipped 12-bay shop as well as a lab and a classroom. Our facility is equipped with the latest in diagnostic software and equipment. Our tools and equipment in our shop are similar to what you'd find in industry. One of the things that's unique to ATC is the amount of time that students spend in our programs, and as a result, it's sort of a very collaborative environment, and teachers and students learn to work together. Students at ATC finish the program with a 4-week work practicum where they get to apply the concepts that they've learned here in a real work environment. Students who successfully complete our program go on to work in dealerships, independent repair facilities, and they're not limited to just that. Some of them take those skills and transfer them into heavy duty, highway trucks, and that kind of stuff as well. So if you have a passion for cars and you want to work in a fast-paced, cutting-edge industry, this is the place for you.
The Culinary Arts program at the Riel Arts and Technology Center is an experience like no other. The course will expose you to all introductory aspects of the food service industry. You'll have the chance to plan and prepare meals, cook meats and poultry, prepare salads and vegetables, as well as acquiring the skills and techniques to hone you into the chef you want to be. You get to work in an environment that greatly resembles the food service industry. With tools and equipment that match industry standard, you'll have the best experience possible. You'll also have the opportunity to learn hands-on alongside certified chefs who are both as passionate and excited about the culinary arts as you are. Near the end of the program, ATC is sure to offer its students quality work experience to add to their resume. ATC's Culinary Arts program is Level 1 accredited by Apprenticeship Manitoba, which means you'll be ready for whatever's your next step. If you're thinking about pursuing a career in the culinary arts, don't hesitate to visit LRADC.ca for more information or call 204-237-8951.
The Riel Arts and Technology Center's hairstyling course prepares future hairstylists for an abundance of career opportunities in this expanding industry. Students begin by learning the practical aspects of the course in the classroom, then later move their skills to hands-on work in a state-of-the-art facility using current techniques, tools, and equipment. In the salon, they will work with clients in a real job setting and gain experience in barbering, hair coloring, cutting, styling, and business skills.
So we have a full-service salon here at ATC with every tool and equipment you would find in a regular salon. So each student has a station fully equipped with a hairdryer, a flat iron, and 2 curling irons, and they also have their hydraulic chair and trolley with every roller or rod or clip they need for the services that we provide.
The accredited training at ATC provides students with many industry opportunities.
I like that school is fun. We do fun things. I like how we have client days, so some days I actually feel like I'm more so in my work life as opposed to school all the time. We've been learning a lot on highlights and all of the new techniques like balayage and ombre and stuff like that.
I have been in 2 events so far. One is the Canadian Skill, and it was last year, and we participated as a part 1, and also we had to do a photo shoot in a model, so I participated on that. It was a great experience. So far I had 3 instructors, and they are very knowledgeable, they have a lot of experience, and they have a lot of patience.
Those who complete the 12-credit course will graduate with their hairstyling certificate. To learn more about the hairstyling program, visit lratc.ca or call us at 204-237-8951.
Broadcast Media program here at ATC is an excellent and fun 8-credit program that gives the students the opportunity to be a part of the TV, radio, and media industry.
They're going to learn the basics of broadcast media, so they're going to be learning how to be on-air people, how to work a camera, be technical people behind the scenes, editing, special effects, graphics. We're going to show them how to do films, documentaries, news. There's so many aspects to broadcasting nowadays. It's just not as simple as I'm going to be a cameraman at a news station. They can do so much more. So we're going to teach a lot of different aspects of this industry.
Students work on state-of-the-art computers, audio equipment, professional cameras, and a fully mobile production studio. That studio travels from school to school broadcasting live events on the LRSD.TV online TV station.
The equipment we're using here at ATC is close to professional broadcast as we possibly can afford. Obviously some things are very expensive, so we can't afford buying all those things, but we're using professional cameras. We have a full-size switcher, which is very expensive, and we have a lot of equipment here, including a radio station that's using professional radio software, the same stuff you'd see at a radio station. We're trying to emulate industry as best we possibly can with what we have here, and I think it's really cool that students get to use these kind of toys at a high school level.
Students also get to work on LRSD TV and LRSD radio. This will give students hands-on opportunities and real experiences that you would find on a professional job site.
We actually are creating a TV station here and a radio station for students to hone their skills. The best way to do it is continuing to do it hands-on. So one of the things that we do a lot of are sporting events for television, and we're going to be starting our radio program this year where students will actually be on the air and be able to be heard by family and friends on the internet.
It's because of opportunities like this that makes the students excited to be part of this program.
I would really say that this program has a lot to give. They teach you everything in every single detail, the theory part, the practical things, and also you get to meet a lot of new people over here. You get to make contacts, you get to know about the industry a lot. So it's a really good program if you're thinking about going in photography or videography things.
So much in this course that you just don't know before you take it. Like, you don't really know broadcasting is a job. Maybe you do, I don't know. I learned everything about post-production. The teacher is great, he has experience in the industry, and we use great equipment.
By the end of the program, the goal is to prepare students for a career in the broadcasting industry, or to move on to post-secondary education. Students can go on a 4-week work experience, Thanks to the experience they get here using professional equipment and broadcasting sporting events, students have the opportunity to get a job in the industry and find entry-level employment in the field as general operators, television assistants, camera operators, editors, and more.
Now I work for Dome Productions that works under TSN, and they do sports such as the Jets and the Bombers. So Mr. P gave out my name to TSN and got me the job for the Bombers, and I did Parab. So they liked me, and I ended up getting another job with the Jets. So I do the score bug for them.
You want to join this exciting program? Go to our website or call us at 204-237-8951.
I am down here with Coach Hankowicz. Coach, what are your thoughts through the first half of this game?
It's actually been a very good football game. It's usually tough to get these games high scoring because of the fact they really only have 3 practices for the week, and one of them we sort of have to install the punt and punt cover. But this has been a really good game. Been a lot of absolutely dynamite hits, and offensively, both teams have made some big plays. That last one for Team Steves, it would have been great. The receiver Steves that caught that pass down to the 2-yard line is a grandson of Doug Steves, the honoree from Brandon Vincent Massey, and his dad's on the sidelines. So it would have been great if he scored, and hopefully, we're going to be ahead on this side enough that if he scores it won't matter. But it's been an amazing football game. The kids, they know this is their last football game in some cases. A lot of them going, well, their last high school game for sure. A lot of them are going on to CIS or junior, but a lot of them are done. So they're playing their hearts out, and they're having a lot of fun doing it. So it's a great football game.
What has impressed you the most from the group of players that you've been able to coach over the last couple of days?
Just their dedication, their commitment. It's kind of hard. Late May, you're gearing up for the end of your school year, you're gearing up for your exams, and you've got to come out now, and football's been over for a while. You got to come up with these pads on, and the last 3 days have been very hot. The rain, the thunder, the lightning. It's been a challenge, and these kids have stepped up on that challenge every time.
That's good. And just one final question: what do you hope to see more of your team in the second half?
In their end zone.
Thanks again, Coach.
My pleasure. Thanks very much, guys.
That was Coach Hankowicz from Team Hankowicz here at the 2018 Senior Bowl. We will get started with the second half, so I'll throw it back upstairs to our play-by-play and color commentator, Brian Cameron and Greg Kamens.
We're ready to go. Okay, welcome back for the second half of the Winnipeg High School Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl 2018 from Investor Group Field. I'm Brian Cameron. I'm with Greg Kiesman, part of the LRSD TV presentation this year, and we thank you for joining us. Not a bad football game for the first half. Really dominated by the defense, Greg, and given the way things are going, I expect to probably see about the same for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Brian. There's the teams have gotten together for about 3 or 4 practices this week, and obviously the offense is a little bit disadvantaged because they don't have the time to get together and work on the kinks and make sure they all know where they're going to be with and specific plays. So a little bit of an advantage to the defense here, and let's face it, there's some all-stars on the defensive line, defensive side of the ball too, so they're here to play and make a name for themselves as well, and we've certainly seen that this first half.
Yeah, a good point on the timing thing, and I think at the interview there at the half, Coach Hankowicz spoke to that. These guys haven't had pads on for a while, and they're coming out and trying to maybe in some cases play at the same caliber that they were playing in the fall, and getting that timing back again is really difficult to do. And we saw a few good catch and runs and a few good running plays, but for the most part, getting the offense going has been a bit of a challenge. Defense doesn't seem to have as much of a an issue with that, and they've been able to run quite well. And you know, as we said, we expect to see some of the same in the second half. But you know, hopefully, you know, maybe some of that timing will start to come, and we'll start to see a little bit more of the offense getting into a flow.
Yeah, so for Team Steves, I was pretty impressed with Liam Pendergrass, quarterback out of Sturgeon Heights. Did some nice plays, some nice throws there at near the end of the first half, and obviously scored 6 points on a touchdown there. Over on the other side of the ball, we saw Charlie Ringland from Oak Park. He was did a nice job of running, using his legs and throwing arm effectively, and was responsible for the lone touchdown for Team Hankowich's side.
And don't forget that one big play where he found a seam, a gap down the left side, and actually managed to run for 30-40 yards. Now, we were in the middle of talking to John Reyes when that happened, so you know, we missed being able to talk about it, but it was a great play from when we were watching. So, you know, he was able to make some things happen. So we're getting ready, and as you know, as we talked about earlier, with the Senior Bowl, they dispense for a number of reasons. They dispense with the kickoff, so Team Henkowicz will take over from their own 35-yard line. Score is tied 6-all. So with first play of the second half, we'll have Team Henkowicz with the ball, and it looks like Black is back at quarterback, and he will have 4 receivers to his left side. One comes across, and we have a flag to start off with, so we have a procedure play to begin with. So that will push Team Henkowicz back a bit.
5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
5-yard penalty will give them first and 15. So first and 15, Black in the shotgun with one back to his left. This time he switches in, he's got 4 receivers to his right, and he is looking to his right. Will pitch the ball up and complete to the plate to looks like number 2, Will Adams from Neelan. They'll gain back about 3 yards of that 5-yard loss, maybe 4.
That was a nice timing on that play. Nice delivery by Black. So those kind of plays are great for the offense because the defense has to rush the quarterback and get a little bit more tired out. So you want to keep that going. You don't need to throw the deep ball all the time.
Continues in the shotgun, one back beside him. Black rolls back and he looks downfield, and he will throw the ball up looking for number 2. Picked off on the play by number 2.
Bryce Marino from St. Paul's.
Nice catch on the play and way to hang on to it. And a couple of Hankwich players felt that he might have trapped it as he caught it, but the referees are giving him the ball.
Intended receiver was Will Adams from Neelan. Ball was slightly underthrown, and the DB adjusted quite well to the underthrown ball. I guess you could argue it's probably just as good or better than a punt at this point in time.
So Team Steves will take over. First and 10 from the Team Steves 47-yard line. And Pendergrast will continue in quarterback. And he looks back and he looks down and he's looking to number 12, complete on the play. Number 12.
That was a nice throw by Pendergrass. He was hit as he just released the ball there, so good timing to get that ball away and make a huge play for Team Steves.
So first and 10 from just outside the 45-yard line. Pendergrass with one back behind him. And will hand off and going to the left side and trying to find some room, but nothing there. And tackled almost right away on the play is number 26. Flag in the backfield. Looks like it might be holding against Team Steves.
Repeat first down.
So calling a number 57 from Team Steves. And that looks like it's number Brian Kematch from Calvin, according to our numbers. So that's a big 10-yard penalty. So that will be 1st and 20 from right from the midfield stripe. Shots thrown inside, but tackled almost immediately on the play. It looks like by number 64 from
DuPont from Oak Park on the tackle. A great job to shed the block there, come upfield and wrap up the ball carrier.
Handed it off to number 30, Quinn Mulligan. And I apologize again if folks that we talked earlier, there has been some shifting in jersey numbers, and we know we've made a few mistakes today, but given the list that we've got up in the box here, I apologize if we're recognizing people that we shouldn't. But I hope you understand that there has been some changing in numbers, so we're working with it. We're trying to make changes as we go. So Pendergraft back to pass. He's looking downfield and he had nothing there, so he pulls the ball out and throws it back up again. Open on the play. There's caught on the play by number 12. Noah Dorn from St. Paul's.
Reminiscent of another number 4, Brett Favre.
There we go. Nice pass on the play by Prendergast to Dorn. So 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Team Steves on the Team Henkowitz side of the field. Prendergast back and looking to pass again, and he will get lots of pressure. And he will pitch the ball away and throw it away, and gets down to about the 21-yard line, just out the hands of his intended receiver. Looks like number 26 from Calvin, Mohammed Irondost.
Yeah, the quarterback there was just getting pulled down there and just was able to get rid of the ball and not take a loss on that play. 2nd and 10.
Good pressure up front from the Henkowitz front line, forcing Prendergast to probably get rid of the ball quicker than what he wanted to there. Prendergast would look up the middle and complete on the play to number 7. Number 7 from Miles Mack, Luke McMillan. Tackled on the play by number 15 from Team Henkowitz, and that would be Aziz Dowd.
Just a nice 5-yard hook play, nice completion, making it about 3rd and 6. Looks like they might be bringing out the field goal team here, Brian.
And once again, as we saw in the first half, the field goal teams in the Senior Bowl just get a free kick at it. There will be no defense, and as they step away from the field. Last time he was a little bit short. He's closer this time. Ball is up, and it's good.
Nice kick by 31.
So number 31 from
Eric
Team
Adams.
Steves, Eric Adams, puts Team Steves up 9-6. So with 9:30 left in the 3rd quarter, Team Steves takes its first lead of the game. So Team Henkowitz will take over from their own 35-yard line now on their side of the field.
Well, we'll see what with Black at quarterback here. We'll see what the offense will come out here with.
First down, Team Henkowitz. Nate Black returns to quarterback.
Black pitches out to his left side and through the hands of his intended receiver, number 22 from Vincent Massey, Dante Belisario.
Nice little hitch screen here. Ball was placed nicely, just not caught by the receiver.
You know, we're kind of looking at the way the sun is coming down on the field. Do you think that might have had an impact on the play there, Greg?
Yeah, it might have. He might have been looking back a little bit into the sunshine.
We got a shadow line coming up, basically where the catch was to be made, right at center field. So might have been in his eyes. So 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Black hands off and up the middle goes number 29. Bounces off a few tacklers and continues up the middle and gets brought down about the 42-yard line, which will be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Ball carrier is Jared Hicks from Dryden.
You know, made something happen out of nothing there. Was hit pretty close to the start right away, but bounced off a few tackles, managed to get himself 7 or 8 yard lines. But
so 3rd and about 2 here, Brian. They're going.
And Team Hankowich will go for it. So hands off to the inside. Number 5, who should be close to the first down. Looks, yes, the referee's given him the first down. That will be a first down. So Gushlak will give them a first down and continue the ball moving for Team Hankowich.
Nice little conversion for a first down there. Nice job. So 1st and 10 here for Team Hankowich.
Black back to pass, and he's got somebody in his face coming from his left side. Caught on the play downfield. Caught by number 29 from Dryden, Jared Hicks. Big play. Good throw by Black to keep the offense going for Team Hankowich.
Nice little just flick of the wrist there to release that ball.
First down, Team Hankowich. The ball is on the Steve's 47-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from Steve's 47-yard line. Black looked to hand off there, but throws inside and through the hands of his intended receiver, Gushaluk, number 5. So 2nd and 10.
Real good pressure on the play by number 65, Cornelson from St. Paul's.
I got the impression it was intended to be a handoff and kind of a broken play, and Black tried to make something happen out of nothing there, Greg. Or out of what was something else supposed to happen.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to hand the ball off, but you know, he just gave it to him as a pass rather than handoff.
So 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Black rolls to his right, throws the ball up, and it's up in the air. Oh, through the hands of number 29. But I got to tell you, Greg, if he hadn't touched it, I think it would have been picked off by number 9. Just knocked it out of the way for him. So
Castellanos from Dakota.
So lucky for Team Hankowich there that the ball wasn't intercepted, actually.
Yeah, threw it into a little bit of coverage there. Tried to force it in.
Good pass. You know, but good read by the 2 defenders, number 9 and from Team Steve in particular. That would be from Dakota Collegiate, Andreas Castellanos. Black takes the punt. It puts it up. It is high in the air, and it will come down at about the about the 17-yard line. Pushed out of bounds. Number 1, Braden Smith.
Jared Hicks on the coverage by Team Steve Hankowich. So a little bit of good placement on the punt, really, because now Team Steve's has the ball inside their own 20-yard line here, about the 14 actually.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter, pardon me. Team Steve's up 9-6 over Team Hankowich. Pendergrass continues to run the offense. Oh, flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be procedure.
So this deep in their own end zone, not a penalty that Team Steves wanted to take it this time.
Offense number 61.
So first and 15 now for
first down.
Steves.
So first and 15 from their own 9-yard line. Just over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Prendergast looks and rolls and pitches out to his right side, but
ball's on the
that
ground.
because it was behind him, that's a live ball. Fumble and picked up by Team Hankowicz.
Looked like 32. 62. Tyler Murphy from Oak Park recovers the pitch. Fumble. Huge play here for Team Hankowicz if they can punch this in.
Who will take over first and goal from the Team Steves 5-yard line.
TSN turning point, Brian?
Could be.
A little too early. Tyler Murphy, we've called out his name already this evening, or this afternoon, I should say.
So big stand right now for the Team Steves defensive line, who have played well today. Black continues as quarterback, and he will get under center this time.
Better hurry up here, it might take too
And he
long.
pushes up the middle, and they will try to push and see how much of that 5 yards they can get just from a push by Black. He might get a couple yards out of it.
There is a hard to tell numbers for Team Steves with the tackle.
It looks like they're giving him about 2 yards. No, just over a yard. It doesn't look like Black is happy with that play.
Team Hankowicz is bringing in Charlie Ringland at quarterback right now. Maybe they're going to challenge the outside with his legs.
He'll go into the shotgun with 2 backs behind him. And he does look to pass. He rolls to his left and finds a bit of room, and he's going to have to push it. But he will go out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Potker from Steinbach on that contain, forcing Ringland to get outside.
So do you go for the field goal here, Greg, and at least come away with a tie, or are you going to go for it?
You know, it's almost at the angle there. It's not a gimme field goal. Even though it's short, it's such a tight angle. You might as well go for it.
And it appears that's what they're going to do. Black comes back into the game again. So 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line of Team Steves. Black is in the shotgun, so he rolls to his right, puts the ball up and into the corner to looking for number 2, his intended receiver, Will Adams. So turnover on downs will give Team Steves no score, but they are pinned deep in their own end zone at their own 3-yard line to start off 1st and 10 with 3:17 left in the third quarter.
Brian, it looked like the receiver kind of held up a little bit there. Didn't think he could get the ball out there.
Good throw by Black. I mean, it was there right where I think it should have been.
So I guess maybe they should have kicked the field goal. Well, here's an opportunity for Team Hankowicz to, force a 2 and out, get the ball back in good field position.
Prendergast works from his end zone, hands it off and tackle in the play for a safety by number 23 from Team Hankowicz.
Tyler Smith from Sisler.
Good read on the play, so that will be a 2-point safety, and now Team Steves will kick the ball back, although, you know, that, I mean, it's not a terrible thing to give up as opposed to a touchdown, I suppose, Greg, but the ball will come right back to Team Hankowicz again, down by 1 point with 2:53 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, he was
down 9-8.
Smith was untouched through the line there.
He went through clean.
He almost could have taken a handoff.
So as you see that, during this game there's been no special teams, so given that in a normal game there would have been a kickoff after that, they're going to give the ball to Team Hankwich from their own 35-yard line. So they did get 2 points out of it, but big field ahead of them now.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to give up the 2 there. It's just 2 points on the scoreboard, but it's a much longer field for them now.
In a close game like this, that may come back to haunt you. So Black looks and he will throw to his right side, complete. Oh, caught, but then dropped. Incomplete on the play. Intended receiver was number 22, Dante Belisario from Vincent Massey.
Morano from St. Paul's on the coverage, might have swapped that ball out. Second down and 10 now.
Continue from the 35-yard line, 2:25 left in the third quarter. Play comes in from the sidelines. Black looks down the middle and has an open receiver. Oh, just over top of the intended receiver, number 14 from Grant Park. Well, I tell you, he had daylight if that ball was, if he connected there, Greg.
Yeah, it was a nice little play there, wide open field behind the free safety there, and just past the outstretched arm of the receiver.
Not a bad throw, just a little bit beyond his receiver, and as I said, if Boone had caught that, he was gone. So Black stays out and will take the kick and punt it back to Team Steves. He will kick it to the right side. It is a high kick. Comes down at about the 45-yard line. Returns and go to his left side is number 1 from Team Steves,
Braden Smith.
And he will be caught at about the 51-yard line of Team Hankwich, and that's where Team Steves will take over with 1:31 left in the second quarter. Pardon me.
So now Team Steves has the ball on Team Hankwich's side of the field. So even though they gave up 2 points, they gained quite a bit of territory here. Yeah, it looks like their refs are indicating offside against Team Steves.
So that's going to come back. A great play. It's too bad.
Yeah, it's a big gain of 20-plus yards, so hate when that happens.
Offside, offense number 7, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So first down and 15 now for Team Steves with just over a minute, 1:05 left in the quarter.
The ball is now placed on the 54-yard line.
One minute left in the third quarter. So those of us following us online, folks, and we will have a bit of a highlight package right between quarters and then continue on with the fourth quarter of the Senior Bowl. So stay with us. Prendergast looks back and he will look downfield and complete to his receiver, O'Shea, who will cut to his left button hook and get close to the first down.
O'Shea on the catch. I think the ground caused that one. It looks like the refs are giving it.
Yeah, the refs are giving. There's not even an argument with them. That's definitely. I think you're right. I think the ground knocked it out, Greg, and that they're just going to give it to him. And that, to me, they're giving him the first down. So
So that looks like it's going to be enough for a first down here. So nice couple plays for O'Shea here on the run, even though it didn't count because of the penalty, but nice catch and run on this last play.
Prendergast looks to hand off in the middle, but it's fumbled and dropped, and we'll see who's got the ball. And we're waiting for a call from the referee, and it appears that Hankwich might have the ball. But it appears that they're saying that the ball was down and recovered before Team Hankwich had the ball. So that is the last play of the third quarter. Team Steve's up 9-8.
I guess what they're calling there is the quarterback had his hand on it, and I guess he was down. So amateur rules, it's you know, if your knee's down, I guess you're down. So.
If the ball's down, maybe that maybe at best that the defender from Team Hankwich might have pulled it out of his hands while after the ball, or should have been called dead, or was called dead. So regardless, Team Steves retains possession of the ball. 2nd and 15 from the Team Hankwich 45-yard line. Last quarter of the 2018 Winnipeg High School Football League. Last quarter of the 2018 Senior Bowl from Winnipeg High School Football League, and I hope you're enjoying some of the highlights from the third quarter as we get ready to start the fourth quarter almost right away. Prendergast looks back to throw. Nothing there, and he's caught and brought down on the play by number 25. Sacked on the play by number 25, Tyler Vinner Cox.
We mentioned his name earlier in the game too.
So that's another 5-yard loss, so 3rd and 20, and that will force Team Steves to punt the ball away.
And with that, loss now places at 3rd and 20.
A little bit of a late call there by the by Team Steves there for punt.
We haven't really seen anything I would classify as a significant trick play yet, Greg. So maybe they were thinking about something there.
Maybe.
Luke McMillan is your punter.
So Luke McMillan back. Puts the ball off his toe a little bit, but not a bad punt. Will be fielded at about just outside the 10-yard line. And running to his left.
They're going to call a clip out there.
They're going to call a clip on the play, but fielded on the play.
Looks like Charles Gillen had a tackle there from St. Norbert. So there's a couple flags on the play. It looked like there's a little bit of a clip there, so it's going to come back. And again, Team Hankwich will be, you know, in the shadows of their own goalpost, literally.
.13:57 as we wait for the referees to sort
Unnecessary
this out.
roughness, number 34, blindside block, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So blindside block, 15-yard penalty.
Blindside block is unnecessarily roughness ball. That's a 15-yard penalty. And that will take the ball deep into
That's going to bring it back all the way to the appears the 2-yard line.
Yeah, the penalty is applied at the point of infraction, so that one hurts.
So deep inside their own territory, Team Hankwich takes over 1st and 10. 13:50 left in the fourth quarter, the last quarter of the Senior Bowl in 2018.
Looks like Charlie Ringland's back in at quarterback for Team Hankwich.
So he will bring it back out to about the line of scrimmage. You know, it appeared to me he did have a receiver, number 22, open, and maybe I missed something there. Maybe the defender dropped off once he saw he was contained, but the quarterback was contained. But
Looks like 66, Karalik. Jaden Karalik from St. Paul's with the tackle. So second down and looks like about a 10 yards or so.
Not much of a gain, if any, there. So still within his own end zone.
So Brian, do you risk punting or do you give up 2 if this play is not successful?
Well, he's pitched it out, and he's not managed to get himself outside although he did have the ball outside, so we'll see if they're going to give him. No, they're going to say the ball was outside when he was tackled. So, but he did. There was a bit of a loss on the play. That may be back to the 1 yard line now, Greg. Third and 1 from their own 1 yard line.
Yeah, so are you going to give up 2 here, Brian? What do you think?
I think I would give up 2.
Well, the score's 9-8. Actually, we have a player down. So a little bit of a timeout here. So yeah, with the play, with the score 9-8, you could easily give up 2 points here. You're within a field goal. Give up the field position, and hopefully your defense can make a stop and you get better field position.
Lots of time. 12 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. Lots can happen. So the injury appears to be number 14 from Team Henkowich. That would be from Grant Park receiver Jared Boone.
Looks like he's walking off on his own steam there, so it should be okay. So number 11, Trayton Vieira from Sisler back in the game.
Number 14, Jared Boone, shaking out for the play.
So yes, he will eat the 2 points there, Greg, and so they will give the ball back to Team Steves. That would make it 11-8 in favor of Team Steves with 12 minutes and 10 seconds left. And that will push Team Steves back all the way to their own 35 yard line to take over the ball, but that's lots of space for Team Henkowich to get the ball back. Well within score, to either tie or get the score a touchdown and get themselves the lead.
Well, now you're counting on your defense to come out and hopefully get the ball back or cause a 2-and-out real quick. Looks like Taven Daniels in at quarterback for Team Steves.
And he will roll to his right, pitch out to number 5, who will find a bit of room down the side and push out and get the first down at about the 46, 47 yard line. Push out of bounds by number 15 from the Maples, as is Dowd.
So Nick Peters from St. Paul's ball carrier on that. Nice little gain of about 13 yards. Daniels made a nice play there just to bring in that defensive end, kind of a little bit of shake and bake there, and got him to bite on the run.
We're trying to watch to see if we're going to see Black come in and work a little defensive end today, but I haven't seen him there. So number 5 finds some room to the outside and eventually tackled on outside of the play, but we do have a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Referee's already showing it's going to be holding versus Team Steves.
Good run on the outside by Peters, but that's going to come back.
This will be 1st and 20 for Team Steves.
Holding. Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty remains first down.
So 11:41 left in the game.
So that's charged to, looks like number 10 from Team Steves. So that will make it 1st and 20 from their own 38-yard line. That's a big pushback after that big gain on the previous play. So Daniels looks outside, and he will roll to his right, but he's pursued on the play by number 61 and eventually tackled and brought down by number 35. Great pursuit on the play by number 35 from Elmwood, linebacker Riley Tugas.
I'm going to do a shout out here to Tyson Spence from Grant Park, number 61, defensive end who stayed disciplined there and made sure the quarterback wasn't able to boot out.
And basically made that play happen for Tugas. Good run by Tugas. So 2nd and 25 from their 35-yard line. So we've got to believe that Daniels is going to be looking to pass here. Pitched outside to 5 to Peters, who will find some room and eventually tackled. Won't make up the first down yardage, but will get close to the original line of scrimmage.
Jordan Chisda from Grant Park also made the tackle. So they got back to the original line of scrimmage here, and that's still 3rd and 10.
So from the 52-yard line, number 7, Luke McMillan from Miles Mack will punt the ball away. Gets the ball. Oh, great punt away with pressure. Fielded on the play, and running to his left is number 24. Tackle on the play, but flag on the play at the same time. But tackled and played by, or surrounded the play by number 24 from Grant Park, Jordan Chisda.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to be a blocking for behind or clip. Pushing Team Hankwich back a little bit further back in field position.
Holding. Turn run back number 15, 10-yard penalty.
Holding.
First down.
So that will push the ball all the way back to about the 16-yard line, which is where Team Hankwich will take over. Down 3 points, 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Well, let's see what Charlie Ringland can do for Team Hankwich here in terms of offensive production.
So now widen out a little bit, because that's what you're doing. You know what the option is, right? He goes out and he pitches it. So whoever has first back, we have one in every play, go get the pitch guy and go to the quarterback to the ball. Got it? All right, good job. Let's go.
So Ringland's back in. We'll hand the ball up the middle.
Cody Gushlak, nice little run. And
Tackled
nice
on
tackle.
the play by number 65 from Garden City, Kieran Cummins.
Looks like Gushlak got about 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
So 2nd and 7, 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter, down by 3. And Ringland will hand off, and cutting to his right and looking for some room, but nothing there. Tackled on the play by number 66. 65, pardon me.
Also in on the tackle is Noah Pollock from Dakota, number 33. So it looks like they're going to be 3rd and about 7 here, and it looks like they're going to punt.
So in comes Black again to punt the ball away for Team Hankwich.
Luke McMillan and O'Shea Jr. Back for Team Steve.
Fumbled the ball on the pitch, and Black has got it and kicks the ball, but it's blocked, and then picked up on the play. And
now there's a penalty on the play. I'm not sure if they're allowed to block the punt. We'll see what they're calling here. Oh no, they're giving it to the Team Steves here. They're calling basically interference on the fumble recovery. So
blocked and recovered by number 64, Nathan Petker.
Offense number 21, that penalty is declined. It's a first down.
So I didn't catch the penalty there, Greg.
So if there's a fumble on the play and you push somebody out of the way to recover the ball, it's basically like an interference call, and that's what they called on that.
Okay. So that being said, 1st and goal for Team Steves from the Team Hankwich 3-yard line. Daniels in. Pardon me.
Daniels in, sorry. Daniels in at quarterback.
And he will roll out to his left, but he's covered on the play and gets away, and he will roll to his right and then throw the ball up down, and they are going to call pass interference on number 1 from Team Hankowicz, Tyler Koniak. And Koniak's going to argue that ball was not catchable.
Pass was intended for Charles Gillen, but Koniak's like looking at the ref, complaining, saying, well, there's no way, it's 15 yards over his head. He's not going to catch it.
And, he might have a bit of an argument from what we're seeing down here, but regardless, the ref is throwing the flag, so pass interference.
Automatic first down, all be placed at the 1 yard line.
Another first down, this time from the 1 yard line, to go up by at least another 6 points.
Nice job for Daniels to evade the rush there and at least attempt the pass.
He's going to continue from the shotgun. You hand the ball off and looking inside and finding no room is Gushaluk. Great coverage on the play by number 65 from Team Hankowicz. Pardon me, that was not that was Peters from Team Steves, but covered on the play by Cummings from Garden City.
Second down from the 4 yard line now.
7.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and Team Steves is looking to go up by another 6 points. Daniels in the shotgun, and he will roll to his right, nothing there, so he'll try to push up the middle, but is tackled on the play almost right away. And we're trying to get a number on the, it looks like tackled on the play by number 60, Caden Taylor made the play, so that puts it a 3rd and 4, and so will Team Steves go for it? It appears that Team Steves has called a timeout, so they're going to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to go for it, or they're going to make a, they're going to go for a field goal. So, conference in the middle. I invite you to join us after the game, as we will have some highlights of the of what's taken place today, as well as we will have a defensive and offensive player of the game from both teams, which we will announce to you and will be announced on the field. I want to thank you all for joining us for the Louis Riel School Division's LRSD TV broadcast of the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. We have 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Team Steves up 11 to 8. Looking to hopefully add on to that score, and before they give the ball back up, give the ball back to Hankowicz. So it does appear that Team Steves will be going for it from the 4 yard line of Team Hankowicz. Daniels back, and he will roll to his right, looking for something. Pitch the ball, but complete to number 30 for the touchdown. Congratulations, Quinn Mulligan, as he catches the touchdown to put the Team Steves up 17 to 8 with 6:37 left in the fourth quarter. Now that puts Team Hankowicz in a real hole with only just over 6.5 minutes left to try and get 2 scores to be able to get themselves back into this game. And now Team Steves looks to even add on to that score a little bit more. Daniels in the shotgun with 2 backs out. O'Shea comes across the middle, but collision in the middle between O'Shea and Mulligan, and so the ball's fumbled, and that will blow the ball dead. However, there is a flag on the play. So we're just sorting out what the flag was, but you know, collision there between O'Shea and Mulligan in the middle there. Could have been dead play. We'll see what the refs are saying. They're still deciding how it's going to go.
Either way, that's a commanding lead for Team Steves with 6:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Offside, the defense. The penalties applied.
So they're
on
calling
the
offside on the
convert.
defense, which will give
Convert
Team
repeated.
Steves another shot at a 2-point conversion here. So from the 2.5-yard line instead of the 5-yard line, they will have another chance at a 2-point conversion. Daniels from shotgun. And again, O'Shea comes across the middle. And then he will throw across and through the hands of the intended receiver. Salent, covered by number 24 from Team Hankowich, from Grant Park, Jordan Chizda. So folks, 6:37 left. Team Steves up 17-8. Team Hankowich will take over from their 35-yard line and hope to score quickly to try and get themselves back into the game. Down 9 points.
First down, Team Hankowich, balls on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Ringland continues at quarterback, and he will look back and find nothing there. Contained on the play, and then eventually tackled by trying to get a number on this young man. Number 33. Number 33 from Team Steves, and that would be Noah Pollock from Dakota. So that would be a loss of 1 yard, making it 2nd and 11 from the 34-yard line. And it's back to pass, and he will get it pretty quickly this time and throw it up there, but I think he threw it before his intended receiver was aware it might be coming. Intended receiver was number 14 from Grant Park, receiver Jared Boone. We're waiting to see what Team Hankowich decides to do. There is 5 minutes and 32 seconds left, which is lots of time, but Ringland still remains in the game. It's 3rd and 11. Ringland's back to pass, flag down on the play, and he'll talk and tack, brought down on the play. Number 33 once again from Team Steves. And that was again Noah Pollock.
Noah Pollock with a nice tackle.
So offense offside, that will be a turnover and downs because the penalty was against the offense. So Team Steves will take over from the 34-yard line of Team Hankowich with 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter, pardon me. So Daniels back in the shotgun, and he will hand off and cutting to right, but back into the middle again is number 35. And that would be from Fort Francis, Sakina Schiebler. Tackled on the play by Cummings, number 65 from Hankwich. Gain of about a yard on the play. Just under 4.5 minutes left to go, and I gotta believe that Team Steves is gonna really make sure they control the ball for the rest of the game. So Daniels hangs onto the ball, but hangs on to a little too long this time, and thrown down on the play by number 25, and he's going to get a penalty for rough play. Number 25 from Team Hankwich, from Garden City, linebacker Tyrese Vinner Cox.
Unnecessary roughness, number 25, 15-yard penalty, and a first down.
So the penalty gives the ball to the Team Steves on the 19-yard line of Team Hankwich with 3:55 left in the fourth quarter of the Senior Bowl. Daniels continues at quarterback. He will take it in shotgun, and he will look to his left, pitch out, and behind the ball is number 35, and open tackle, but he will grab the ball and eventually be pushed up and brought down on the play. The ball was stripped away from him, but the flag had been thrown already, so. Sorry, play had been blown dead. So loss on the play of 10 yards.
Referees have deemed the point of forward advance to be now at the 30-yard line.
Daniels will continue in the shotgun. The inside and going to his left side, but not much room there. Number 35 from Team Steves. From Fort Francis, once again, Sakina Schubert. So 2nd and 20 from the 30-yard line. 3-minute warning out so 2 minutes and 39 seconds actually left, even though that was the 3-minute warning left. So
I just felt some drops of rain.
And again, in the Senior Bowl, the way they set up the Senior Bowl, it's basically a free shot when they choose to go with a field goal. So out there to take the field goal on his own from Team Steves. Number 7, Luke McMillan, hoping to make the game 20-8. Ball is up, but it will be well underneath and to the side of the field, so the score remains the same. Turnover on downs, and so they will take over from the 30-yard line with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. So Team Hankwich looking to try to get something to happen before the game's over, though they're in a bit of a deep hole, looking to be able to score 9 points and at least tie the game. Will start from their 30-yard line with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the Senior Bowl. Black is back in at quarterback. And he will look deep. Oh, through the hands of possibly intercepted. nearly picked off by number 27 from Team Steves, and that would be from Daniel Mack, linebacker Matt Moretti. Intended for number 11 from Sisler, Trayton Vieira. So 2nd and 10. So stick around, folks. We will have presentation of awards and a highlight package just after the game. So please stick around for that part of it. We again thank you for joining us today for the LRSD Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field for the Winnipeg High School Football League. And in just a moment, we're going to be announcing the player of the game from both defense and offense from each of the teams. So we hope that you'll join and be with us. Thrown out to Black, intended for number 14 from Team Hager. Number 14 being from Grant Park, being number receiver 14, Jared Boone. Laid himself out trying to catch that ball. So down 3rd and 10 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. So 3rd and 10, Team Henkovich will go for it, try to get a first down of this and keep the ball rolling. So Team Black looks down the field and, well over the head of his intended receiver, number 1, Tyler Koniak. Almost intercepted on the play by number 26 from Calvin Mohammed Irondost. So turnover on downs. Team Steves will take over from the 30-yard line with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. Well, Greg, it's been a great day for football.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
So Daniels continues to work, and he will throw the ball downfield, looking to see if something will happen, but almost intercepted on the play. Intended on the receiver, number 14, Salant. Really just a mix-up of players, throwing it into that group of players, knocked the ball down, or it was almost intercepted. So 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game. So an unnecessary roughness penalty against Team Steves pushes it back. Will make it 1st and 25 from the 45-yard line.
2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the game. Team Steves is controlling the ball here, and Hankwich needs it back.
Daniels looks downfield and through the hands, almost intercepted by number 31. Intended for number 85, Michael O'Shea, but almost intercepted on the play by number 31 from Vincent Massey, Eric Bujalski. So 2nd and 25. Daniels throws the ball up in the air and looks like he might have receiver 31, and we pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Complete on the play by number 31 from Steinbach, receiver Eric Adams.
The ball stepped out and above the 33-yard line. However, insufficient yardage
So that will be a turnover on downs, as it was not enough for a first down, given that they needed 25 yards. So that will give the ball back to Team Hankowicz with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, down 17-8. And it appears that Black will continue to finish, or will finish the game at quarterback as he comes out.
Well, Brian, once again, it's been a great day for football. Early or mid to late May. It's always a pleasure to be out here and watching boys throw the ball.
Always miss football. It's great to come back to it, even if it's, you know, not maybe even when it's not at the end of the season. Now, flag on the play. Intended receiver went to number 1, and now we've got some rough stuff in the play. And you know what? This is not a way some of these kids want to finish their senior bowl, Greg. We're going to have a couple of penalties here. Number 1, Tyler Koniak, took exception to the way he was hit, I think, and pushed back. And you know, the penalty was done, was being thrown already. So he's being escorted, or sorry, not escorted, but is coming out of the game and
being substituted out. You know, it didn't look like it was a bad player.
Unnecessary roughness
maybe a little early
on the
hit,
defense.
not bad.
With disqualification, number 1 in the offense. Offsetting
so
penalties.
they're going to disqualify young Tyler. And
right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is a high school all-star game. We don't need to have rough play. I guess kids are a little emotional about it, but you know, well done by the referees in dealing with it, and coaches taking the player off.
And from what we've seen, Tyler's actually had a fairly decent game today. He's contributed on the field, and I'm sure he's pretty discouraged right now, being down 17-8, possibly his last football game as a high school student. But now, I didn't hear what the initial call was, Greg. Did you catch that?
I think it was interference, I believe.
Rough play?
Yeah.
So they're still sorting out in the field with 1:55 left in the fourth quarter.
You know, the other thing, Brian, is when you take a swing and hit somebody in your helmet, you're probably hurting your hand more than you're hurting them.
.155 left, 2nd and 20 from their own 15-yard line. Black is in the shotgun. Goes back, and he will look, and he's going to throw it up there. And he's looking for it, and intercepted on the play. Intercepted on the play by number 25 from St. Paul's, Stephen Adamopoulos. Intended on the play for,
it was Charlie Ringland, number 10.
Good. Charlie playing more than just quarterback today.
Well, I think that's a nail in the coffin there, Brian.
I think so. Done. The you know, I got to believe that Team Steves is likely going to just try to run out the clock here. You never know. It is the Senior Bowl, so. So handoff and inside, cutting to the left, number 32 will find some room on the left side, and then eventually brought down by number 34.
Tackle on the play by number 34, Machenza from Grant Park.
Run on the play by number 32 from Daniel Mack, running back Rig Mulabu.
Yeah, we haven't really mentioned his name prior to this
Not much today.
Yeah. He had a really good, great year for Daniel Mack. And Daniel Mack won the championship in their division.
Daniels will hand off again to Mulabo, who this time will look to his right. Not much room, and again found by number 34. So Mulabo tackled by number 34 from Grand Park, Mushenza. We are under 30 seconds left in the game, so 28 seconds left.
Team Steves has elected to punt the ball away. Luke McMillan in to take the ball.
So Team Steves will punt the ball away. McMillan's back to punt. Puts the ball up, almost blocked on the play and knocked down, and a flag on the play. Flag drawn by, field on the play by number 5, but flag on number 60 from Team Hankiewicz. That would from Dryden defensive lineman Caden Taylor. Fielded on the play by number 85.
So it looks like Team Steves will probably retain the ball here on the penalty, and with 9 seconds left, probably just run the clock here.
Fielded by Foster Jason, but that will give the ball back to Team Steves, and with 9 seconds left,
kicker, 10-yard
you gotta
penalty,
believe they're just
first
going
down.
to kill the clock now, Greg.
Ball resulted in the first down for Team Steves. And they will shoot the ball on the 44-yard line with 9 seconds remaining in the game.
So I invite you to join us. We will have a highlight reel just after this quarter is done, and followed by some awards. Offensive and defensive players from each team. We thank you for joining the Louis Riel LRSD TV presentation of the Winnipeg High School Football League's Senior Bowl for 2018. 26 takes the knee, and that game is over, and we are done for 2018. And again, I thank you all for joining us. Please stay with us as we show you a highlight reel from the game today for the next next minute or so. We will have some awards after, some presentations, so I invite you to join us for that. On behalf of Greg and I today, I thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will look forward to you joining us again in the fall, when we will be back for Winnipeg High School team football action, again from IGF, hopefully from IGF in 2018. Thank you.
Steves. The outstanding offensive player from Team Steves, Liam Prendergast. And from Team